Hello, it's Jay. I mostly talk about books around here, and and other things. I mentioned in a past last video that I was going in for surgery. Very small, regular, low risk umbilical hernia kind of surgery. Nothing big, but it's got general anesthetic. It's got a lot of, you know, it's I'm very blessed that I've not had very many medical interventions in my life. Hardly any at all. None that have required me to be willingly go in someplace and get cut, put to sleep and cut open and stuff like that. It's a very vulnerable place, a different little journey for me, opening up a different kind of experience for me, and some of that is kind of freaking me out. But I've been thinking about how the last good couple of weeks since I found out, finally, the surgery is going ahead. That okay, I need to get all these sort of jobs done. It's sorting stuff out, doing a lot of jobs that I'm going to have 3 weeks afterwards that it will just be I'll have to be very low activity, like no activity probably to start off with, because I'm messing with all these abdominal muscles, and then very kind of low activity as I go along, until I'm healed up, so I don't rip anything open, negate the whole reason of why I went in for this in the first place. But it's meant putting a lot of things in order. Some of it is just sort of getting jobs done that I know I won't be able to get done for the rest of the summer. I spent all of today, because the surgery is tomorrow, just tidying stuff up, neatening stuff up, getting everything sorted, so that when I come back, it'll things will be sorted. Ja won't have a whole ton of stuff on her plate to do while she's giving me the support I'll need. But it's also kind of a weird sort of thing of, like, I feel like if for some reason it didn't go right, this is also me kind of just putting things in order for that off chance that, I'm going under general anesthetic. Everyone's going to be careful. I'm sure it's going to be fine, but there's a part that just doing all this stuff of getting everything sorted that feels like, oh, this could be an end point. It's not going to be. I'm being very dramatic there. But I was thinking about this channel as I was doing this, and I was thinking, it's like, oh, I haven't kind of neatened up, sorted out this channel. Like, I people's lives, things come up in people's lives, and sometimes people just stop, and you never hear what happened next. And not that I know what's going to happen next time. One never does. But I figured it's like I'd like to just do a little video where I'm like, okay, let's neaten up this channel. This is a part of it, I guess. And I was thinking about, like, well, what is the thing I would want to say to kind of booktube in general? This hobby that I've been pursuing for over 4 years now. Making videos talking about books, doing tag videos, getting to know a lot of really wonderful people in my own kind of very limited fashion. If you watch this channel, I have my limits, I've sort of become more comfortable just having my limits there, which you know that's where I've been for the last bit. So I guess this is sort of my thank you video for that. It's thanking all the people who made me feel really welcome here. When you start out, um, nobody knows you, and there's the very first few comments that you get mean tremendous amount, and then as you kind of build on, familiar faces, people that that you comment, or you kind of participate in stuff with, or you get this kind of, it's this unique kind of a window into other people's minds, other people's lives, other people's experience, which is really is really good. And it's one of these things of, there's a lot of the internet that isn't particularly welcoming. That doesn't, if they spot something, they're going to jump on it and bash you about it. And I think for a big part of this community is about, hey, you do you. There's, all sorts of different interests, different things. People drift over into different parts of it because, oh, we have shared similar interests here or similar interests there. You might be super into fantasy, you might be super into literature, or a mix of the whole mix kind of the thing. You see those little kind of communities, different pockets throughout the thing. And, some people pop into one for a little bit and then they pop into another and they kind of mix and mingle around. And I found that it's like, I've just been, for the most part, really happy about how people have just sort of like, okay, yeah, that's what you like to do, Jay. That's fine. Fill your boots, do what you want to do. I'd also just, thanks for the people, just who kind of ignore me. It's like if I'm not their thing, they don't kind of dwell on that and they don't kind of niggle at you saying you're wrong because you're not my thing. It's just like, oh, you're not really your interest and my interest don't think, so I'll just go over here. And it's kind of nice, casual, just, it's just kind of open that way, which I've really accepted. For me, I feel like the big thing that I've done, it's like, this is sort of, YouTube is content for, it's making content, making videos, but this side of it is definitely, I'm sure there's all sorts of little communities I know nothing about on YouTube, but our one is BookTube, where there are communities where people kind of know each other and they chat and they do all that stuff. And I have a limited capacity for that. And as a result, I shut down my comments field in my thing, and I do the odd time make comments on other people's videos, and that I found that is easier for me. And for the most, and really, I think people were like, I think if people had problems with that, they just went, okay, well, I'm not going to listen. I just won't participate with you thing. I've chosen my level of participation, and people have been very accepting about that, which I really, really appreciated. It allowed me to have a place in this community, which I know is a weird kind of tangential one that you probably don't even know I'm around, but it's like, that was really important to me. Um, and I don't know. I think just finally, it's just like, thank you. I love doing what I do on this channel. I love talking about books. I love trying to figure out how to express myself better. Um, I love trying to figure out how to make connections with people in this weird, diffident way I have of, I don't want to make too much of connection, but I want to make a connection. There's some kind of a weird mix in there that I found, for whatever level of comfortableness I have with being social. YouTube sort of made a spot for me, or I've made a spot for myself on YouTube and on BookTube that has been, um, I've really enjoyed. I hope to continue to enjoy. But I thought I would just make this video just to kind of, to thank you, one and all, for that. Um, you know, the people, yeah, yeah. Now I'm burbling, but yeah. It's one of these videos. It's like, I at least needed to make it for myself. I don't know if I'll actually release it, but it's there. It's there, and I wanted to get it out. All right. I've been Jay. More videos later.